Hi everyone, somehow it's nearly the end of June. I don't know where the last 6 months have gone, but as it looks like it's still going to be a little time before we can meet many of you face to face again, we wanted to give you a bit more of an in-depth look at what's on our radar here at Five Talents right now. And we're going to focus on 3 areas: programmes, strategy and governance, and fundraising. We'll begin with programmes because that is why we're all here. In terms of a COVID update, sadly, it is still quite a mixed bag. In Kenya and Uganda, new lockdowns have very recently been imposed due to a spike in cases. And in Bolivia, groups are still unable to meet because of high rates of coronavirus. In other areas where we work, savings groups are able to meet again, of course, observing COVID safe protocols, so hand washing before they meet, meeting outdoors with distancing and masks and so on. And in fact, what we're seeing there is a huge increase in demand. More people want to join savings groups. Communities have really seen the value of having savings for a crisis, for a lockdown, and of being able to access loans to kickstart a business again after a lockdown. So we are working hard to try and meet that demand. I'm very grateful to you for all of your support enabling us to do so. Apart from our COVID response and all our business as usual programmes work, a few other highlights. We're organising some safeguarding training at the moment. This is with our partners, trying to make sure that our safeguarding policies don't just get signed and sit on a shelf, but they're actually living documents. We're arranging some Bible studies, first of all, looking at power and voice. So who has power and voice in the community and who doesn't? And if you don't have power and voice, could you really report a safeguarding incident, an abuse incident, if it occurred? We're doing that training over Zoom. I guess that's one good thing from coronavirus. It's taught us we can use the tech to do remote training. And we're also using tech for some evaluation surveys right now. Our partners in Burundi and in DR Congo are carrying out some evaluations with savings groups, and they're doing the data entry on their phones with the groups themselves. So huge saving of time and effort for everybody there. We had a great workshop with our partners at the Mothers Union, exploring the holy grail of sustainability in our programmes. In fact, we had so much to say that we've arranged a part 2 workshop next month. We're working with the team in Mombasa on the programme design for a new savings group programme there. Really excited to be launching a new programme in that coastal region later this year. And then finally, 4 of our trainers have been selected by the Chalmers Centre to become master coaches. The Chalmers Centre is the outfit in America who designed the curriculum, the manuals that we use for savings group formation and for business skills training. They are finding lots more NGOs want to use those manuals so that they can use the proven model that we all know works so well. They can't meet the demand themselves, so recognising the talent and the experience of our trainers, they've invited them to qualify as master coaches so that they can offer training to other NGOs too. So that's a really exciting opportunity for them and for us to be able to scale in new ways. That brings us on to strategy. Sue, the chair of Five Talents International, who of course many of you will remember, has convened a working group to set up and to devise a new strategic plan for Five Talents for the next 5 years, looking at how and where we can grow. In the UK, we're still working on growth ourselves. We need to grow our supporter base so that we can grow our income, so that we can grow our programmes and reach more communities and answer this demand that we're seeing. And that's where Tell the World comes in as well. As a still a relatively small, unknown charity, we're trying to get our name out there so that we can reach more supporters. That's why, for example, you heard us doing the BBC Radio 4 appeal last year with Sandy Toxvig, and the quiz with Sandy, also the event this year with David Dimbleby, trying to use some celebrity appeal to get our name out to new audiences. And that was also behind our Tour de Talents running and walking and cycling event, which 280 of you fantastically joined in. And that also is why we're looking at an RHS Chelsea garden as well, trying to find a corporate sponsor to that so that we can get ourselves on a platform there next year. You'll also hear us framing our work increasingly around injustice. Those of you coming from a Christian perspective will be well used to hearing poverty talked about in terms of injustice. And we're working on making sure our partnerships are genuinely equal too. Trustee recruitment, we have done a skills audit and a diversity audit on our board. We've written an advertisement which will be going out, I think, in July, recognising that we have some missing voices around our table. If you or anybody you know would like to serve, please do take a look at the advert and submit an application. Finally, fundraising. Income is at 93% as at the end of May, year-to-date budget. We were delighted that last year was a record-breaking year for income for us. We raised £100,000 more than ever before, I think contrary to everyone's expectations in March 2020, but really thanks to all of you for your incredible loyalty and support. We're working hard to try and outdo that again this year. Historically, our income has always been 60 to 70% from individuals and around 30 to 40% from trusts and foundations. Our trust and foundation strategy remains to target those in the £1,000 to £50,000 bracket. and also focusing increasingly on multi-year gifts. That's where the giving group strategy comes in as well. Our giving groups are small groups of supporters, maybe 4 or 5 families who come together to sponsor one of our programmes from what we call Start to Sustainability. So it's a 3 to 5 year funding commitment. It means that the project is seen through right from the start to the graduation, to the exit. And we're looking to set up some new giving groups so that we can start new programmes in Mombasa and elsewhere. We're also about to launch later this year a new campaign to try and recruit some more monthly givers. Regular giving is so important to us, really helping us to plan our growth. And a huge thank you to all of you who are regular givers. Events, we have 2 events coming up, 2 summer events coming up, a virtual event next week with our team from Karamoja in Uganda, and then an in-person event in Pembroke College, Cambridge in July. I think looking ahead to the autumn, we'll be continuing that pattern of virtual and in-person events. Virtual events can work really, really well, enabling our partners to join us from Eastern Africa, enabling you to join us no matter where you live in the UK or beyond. But we have missed seeing you face to face, so we do hope to have some in-person events coming back later this year as well. We've also missed trips, of course, as I'm sure all of you have. People have been asking us when we'll be starting trips again. The answer is, honestly, we don't know yet. Our bottom line is that we won't travel until we're sure it's safe, not just for us, but for the communities we're visiting. And obviously, it's going to be quite a long time before many of them are vaccinated. If we're clear that we've all been double jabbed and that those vaccinations prevent transmission, we might feel more comfortable about travelling, but we really want to make sure that we're not bringing infections into the communities where we work. That said, we have got a waiting list of trips. If you would like to join us when we are able to travel, do just drop us a line. There's been a lot of information there. If you've made it this far and you still have some more questions, please do join our pop-in call tomorrow at midday. You can click on that link there to register and join us just to ask any more questions you like then. Otherwise, drop us an email, pick up the phone. We are still at home and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for all your support and hope to speak to you again soon.